As the aliens stare on at the fallen alien, the younger of which tells his father that they must take him to the village for treatment. But his dad isn't so sure that it's safe. After all, Bardock does resemble a savage warrior, scars and all. Getting a closer look at his arm, Barry, the child, says once again that they need their ancestral medicine. Letting his sympathetic side get the better of him, Barry's father finally agrees and tells his son that they'll load him into the vegetable carriage. And this is how Bardock's adventures would begin on Planet Plant. What threats will he have to face in this strange era? And who is Yamashi? Questions that will be answered soon enough. But back in space, just a few seconds after Planet Vegeta's destruction, both debris and the dead litter the destruction area. Completely sheepish, Frieza speaks out that he didn't know the mighty Lord Beerus was standing there. Landing on the ship, Dodoria and Zarbon instantly tense up given the situation. Beerus doesn't like this kind of welcoming, calling it a disappointing reception. Whis then reminds the mortals that they should have all kneeled in the presence of the Destroyer God. In response, Dodoria foolishly spouts, "Hey, you show more respect! Lord Frieza is the master of the galaxy! We won't allow offenses like that, you wicked cat!" Which, we the audience know how much of a mistake this is. Even Whis looks a little nervous on what's about to happen, as Beerus just asks, "Oh really?" Looking as stoic as ever, continuing, "Do I have to eliminate your stupid bodyguards, Frieza?" Who doesn't respond. In fact, he hasn't even turned around to face Beerus yet. "You bastard! Die!" Just as his two right-hand men are about to throw their lives away, Frieza shouts for them to stop immediately, who comply. Beerus laughs this off, saying the bravery of his soldiers is admirable. "But you yourself, Frieza, continue to be the same cowardice swine." Insults aside, Frieza apologizes for the ignorance of his men. However, the plan to eradicate the Saiyans has been carried out, just as the Great Destroyer requested. This news brings a smile to the face of Beerus, who tells him that is just as expected, and that he hopes that the legendary Super Saiyan thing that was beginning to reincarnate into some of them is out of the picture as well. But on the off chance that a legendary Super Saiyan is alive, he will have to kill Frieza and his entire army, as he can't stand incompetence. Letting his nerves get to him, Dodoria seeks solace in his master, asking if the Saiyans have been destroyed. And Frieza angrily just tells his underling to shut up. The origin of the legendary Super Saiyan takes place 10,000 years ago. The legend says that this mysterious being was the last of an extremely powerful race that even some gods feared, the Night Saiyans. Beerus continues, telling the Galactic Emperor that even if he has destroyed Planet Vegeta, Frieza and his family are still in debt to him, asking if he remembers the Hunters. Just bringing this up sends Frieza into a frenzy, screaming for him not to remind him of that, causing a humorous, yet dry 1-2 between Beerus and Whis, where Whis says, "That really seems to have got his blood boiling," and Beerus responds, "That's unlikely, as he is a frost demon." But Frieza starts to go on about a race called the Blaze Demons, and just their mention alone makes him feel sick. Abruptly, Whis tells his protege that it's time for a nap, which Beerus seems to like the idea of, as dealing with idiots surely makes him sleepy. But before leaving, he leaves the Space Lord with one last message. "There are creatures much stronger than you, Frieza. Control your arrogance, or it will be your ruin." Whis, on the other hand, as Zarbon as ever, just tells them to behave themselves and kisses for everybody, as they both disappear. Speaking of Zarbon, Frieza tells him to gather the troops, as he vows that one day it'll be Beerus who does the kneeling, leaving us to wonder, what kind of pending debt does Frieza's family have to repay to the God of Destruction? Inside the ship, he then tells Zarbon to set a course for planet Dikasan. It's time to create an alliance with Saruas and his army. But what Frieza doesn't know is that with the destruction of Planet Vegeta, they have released a new threat even worse than the frightening Saiyans. Emerging from what seems to be a lamp of some kind is a creature in ancient-looking garb. Confused, he asks himself what he's doing here, as the last thing he remembers is falling down into the container, swearing that the piggish Kaioshin will pay dearly for this. But regardless, he, Heater, Lord of the Blaze Demons, is free yet again. As he cheers his release, he sees two oncoming energies, one extremely powerful. Catching their light in the distance, he goes to investigate. Feeling full of energy, he rushes to find the source of the power. He remarks that he's never seen anything quite like this before, especially in a newborn. How interesting. Revealing Broly and Paragus, while obvious to us, Heater makes a mental note regarding this child's tale. He must be a Saiyan. But this one is different from the others that he remembers from long ago, further calling him one of a kind, or rather this opportunity is one of a kind, if he can find a way to control him. This baby could one day make life a lot easier for the Blaze Demon King. Together, they would have no rival in the entire galaxy. While he continues to marvel at Broly's potential, Paragus awakens, pleading for his help. Heater tells him to explain what happened and he may consider giving his assistance. Going on how King Vegeta betrayed the two of them, having tried to have the both of them killed, then a blinding light burned the planet below, again begging for his aid. The name King Vegeta appears to be of interest to the Blaze Demon. Intrigued, he promises to help. Just as Paragus rests assured that everything is going to be okay, Heater pulls a Frieza and declares that in exchange, he and his son will have the honor of contributing to the rebuilding of his great empire. As Paragus yells in terror, Heater unleashes an assimilation technique, setting Broly off in the process, causing an explosion to rock the area, further destroying nearby debris. Emerging from the dust is Paragus and his son, but it's quickly made clear that Heater is using a technique similar to Baby, where he has hijacked Paragus' body, as he plans on using it to help him blend in and go unnoticed throughout the galaxy. His first order of business is gaining Broly's trust, knowing he will have to get him under control so this body isn't damaged by one of his outbursts. Elated and rushing off, Heater sets course for planet Namek, as they have something on their planet he requires. Back at what seems to be more debris from planet Vegeta, we find a pod of some sort. As it begins to replay moments we've previously seen, we could assume that it's some sort of observation unit. A voice says that it seems there are more Saiyan survivors than Frieza thought, and Lord Beerus, not wanting to get his own hands dirty, looks like the one who ordered the planet's destruction. Even observing Heater body snatch Paragus, calling the technique similar to Captain Ginyu's. Going on, someone who appears to be a scientist says, Dr. Hydron, the system cannot identify him. There is no information about where this creature comes from. Another argues that that's impossible. Their databases have been compiling data for over 1,000 years. There is nothing missing from their archives, suggesting that maybe Heater is even older than their records. That's when a third chimes in, who actually resembles a warrior, saying that this being reminds him a lot from the ancient inhabitants from planet Diode.
Your native planet, Lord Hailer. You made a big mistake in retiring as God of Destruction so soon. This Beerus never was trustworthy.
Cutting away to what looks like a Majin soldier and a Namekian in heavy armor, we catch a glimpse of who the previous soldier was addressing. Turning the page to see a creature that strongly resembles what could be considered a variation of a frost demon, a dead giveaway with the name Hailer, next to a masked soldier and a fake Namekian from Dragon Ball filler. Speaking up, Lord Hailer tells his men,
I do not like any of these events at all. I have a bad feeling that a great war is coming, and there will be consequences for the 5 galaxies.